Tony, are you going to fight Mike Tyson next?
Yeah.
That was a good right hand by Tucker. Another right hand.
He was the first man to rock Iron Mike.
There has to be concern now in Tyson's corner. This is the most competitive fight he has ever been in.
Tony TNT Tucker, a trailblazer who cracked the code of the peekaboo style.
Again, a right hand, but he took...
And was completely undaunted by Tyson's fearsome reputation.
As bad as I've ever seen. That's it.
And he gets further in trouble, and he's down.
Today, we'll see champion versus champion, undefeated versus undefeated. We'll see firsthand why this invisible champion gave the most feared man in boxing the longest, hardest night of his career.
But is he strong enough to do that? Well, that was a good right hand by Tucker.
By August 1987, the 21-year-old Mike Tyson had already dismantled every type of heavyweight the division could throw at him. Power punchers crumbled. Size advantages vanished. Unbeaten records meant nothing.
Turns up with a claw by 3-4-5 punch combination. Right uppercut starting in. Bruno's in desperate trouble. It's going to be stopped. It's over. Bruno's lost his title.
Tyson held the WBA and WBC belts. One crown remained, the IBF, and its owner was a man the boxing world had spent 7 years ignoring. Tony TNT Tucker.
Now let's see what Tucker can do as he moves in for the kill. If we don't see some punches being answered here shortly, nothing being thrown back. That's it, it's all over. Tony Tucker scored.
His footwork looked like it belonged in a lighter division.
He's going to take his man, the champion, Washington, out here in the first round. They'll stop it. They got to stop it, sure.
His right cross could fold a man's legs from range.
Central LA, he didn't even know it was a 12-rounder, and there, 8 with a minute 10 to go in the round. And Tony Tucker looking to finish him off to the body and to the head. A wild, the right hook by Dixon. Dixon out of gas, he's ready to go again.
And his left hook.
Thomas is down.
In the 2 fights before Tyson, Tucker dismantled Tyson's close friend, James Broad.
The right and the left hand, and the left hook has been a very key punch for him.
Then stopped the man who would later shock the world, Buster Douglas.
Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas. Look at that. He's knocked Mike Tyson down for the first time in his career. Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not going to make it. Unbelievable.
Tucker was the IBF champion, and immediately he lit a fuse that no sane fighter would touch.
Tony, are you going to fight Mike Tyson next?
Yeah.
That line landed harder than any uppercut Tucker ever threw, because if there's one thing you never do to a 21-year-old destroyer holding 2 belts, it's hand him a reason to take your head off.
Rematch, you know, I'm champ of the world. I'll fight any man who wants to fight.
It was finally time for Tucker to walk the talk. The fight started.
We'll see what kind of tactic Tucker takes.
I was expecting Mike Tyson to jump right on Tony Tucker.
And Tyson was already not in the mood for a long night. But Tony Tucker had some guts. Every time Tyson dipped forward, he intercepted him.
Let's see the uppercut almost immediately after the bell. He follows a right with a left and rocks Tyson. The first time we've ever seen Tyson really rock back like that.
For the first time in 30 professional fights, Iron Mike looked human.
That was a good right hand by Tucker. Here we go. Again, a right hand, but Tucker said when we talked to him, he said, I'm not worried about what he's going to do to me. I'm worried about what I'm going to do to him. That's confidence.
The middle rounds, chess at heavyweight.
About Tony Tucker. He's using his height, his reach. Good body shot by... As a referee, no nonsense. There was a good right hand again by Tucker. His head, the uppercut. Oh, because Tony's been tying his man up. There was a good right hand by Tucker again.
Sharp jabs catching Tyson on the way in. Uppercuts timed to the split second.
There has to be concern now in Tyson's corner. This is the most competitive fight he has ever been in.
Both punches together. And he's following up with the left uppercut, left hook. Led with the left uppercut.
This was the most competitive fight Tyson had ever been in. Then came Tyson's corner. Kevin Rooney read the blueprint and made the adjustment.
A lot of people.
Right hand by Tyson.
Tucker felt the readjustment. His response was to drain Tyson's fuel tank. He leaned into clinches, smothered Tyson's arms, tied up every time the gap closed. The crowd hated it. Tucker didn't care.
To his right. And what Mike has to do is move to his left to cut his man off.
By round 6, something shifted. Tucker's output dropped. The combinations that lit up the early rounds slowed to single shots. The broken right hand was swallowing his offense. And Tyson's jab, the weapon nobody talked about.
And there was a big right hand. I think he has too. I think his timing is not as good as yours.
Got in. Here you see him use the left hand, just the right behind it. And this is good fighting. Opportunity for the big punch comes in, they take it.
Then came round 7, and Tucker decided to do something nobody should do against the hardest puncher on the planet.
Not allow him to get inside and be effective.
Rounds has been effective in allowing him.
He started showboating. Tucker was playing with fire.
Indeed, a great fighter.
You know, another thing that I feel we should at least point out here is there was a rumor.
Tucker shook it off, mouthed the words, "I'm not hurt." In boxing, that always means the opposite.
Or rather Tucker's right hand, that he had injured his right hand, and that's why he backed off training for the left. Once again, Tucker trying to get cute, and again getting the worst of it, and still mugging with Tyson, which brings the crowd alive.
By the 8th, the math was simple. Tyson controlled the ring. Tucker controlled the respect. Tucker needed a knockout. What he gave was courage.
This intensity, this magnitude, when you're fighting, you really don't feel it because those drillers.
I want to step back. On the punch, what punch you want to step
Tucker
back?
His knees seem to buckle for a second.
Right hand up on the top of the head.
Through the 9th, he absorbed Tyson's pressure and kept his feet.
You have to move that head in order to get inside and not be so stationary because
By Tucker that backed Tyson off.
There was a big left hand, but again Tucker shakes his head. I'm okay.
a lot of times.
Through the 10th, the instinct for self-preservation fought the instinct to win. And winning was losing.
Get close. Now come.
There was.
This jab will get closer to the one following something. Now he's inside again. His first. Those little antics there sometimes work. Done that.
1 round away from history, the 12th and final round. But Tucker walked out, throwing leather. The antics returned. The showboating.
Wasn't strong enough. He'll have to show you. And this is what he did tonight.
Tucker seems to be fighting the kind of fight. There was a big left hand. Tucker says, no, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Closed the show with a flourish of his own, and Tucker was still standing. The scorecards.
112 for the winner by unanimous decision and undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
I was coming to destroy and win the heavyweight championship of the world, which I done.
The undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, unified for the first time in nearly a decade. The punch statistics told a story the scorecards barely whispered. Out-jabbed the boxer with a 10-inch reach advantage.
Right hand by Tyson.
The story of Tony Tucker doesn't end at the final bell. It echoes forward. 2.5 years later, Buster Douglas walked into Tokyo and did what the world thought was impossible.
He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not gonna make it. Unbelievable.
Tucker introduced it. The uppercuts through the guard, Tucker threw them first. The discipline to stay at range and move, Tucker wrote that chapter. Tucker created the blueprint. Douglas just had the night to execute it.
For the first time in his career, Mike Tyson hits the canvas. He's in big trouble. He may not be able to recover. It's up to 7 and 8. He's not gonna make it.